All right, let's pay attention to this, because in reality, if they could have a reality, they would make sure Kara never exists, the Son of God never exists, and they just rule the world, you know.
What governs all that?
Film a car speeding down a road. Speed up the image infinitely, and the car disappears. So what proof do we have of its existence?
You see how happy he is? They want to speed up time. Make sure he never fulfilled his mission. You know, the human lifespan is what, 70, 80 years. So make sure he never fulfilled his mission, you know. And yeah, that's what they want to do, speed up the time. You know, make sure he never get to that altar. So time just goes by, and then that's like he never existed. All humanity goes to hell. You know, they say we didn't fulfill the mission. You know, that's just their imagination of how they configure things. If they can configure everything, that's how they'll have it. You see how Morgan Freeman got excited? Like, wait, rewind that, please. Wow, that's all we had to do this whole time? You know, that's why you have Bob Marley, you know, singing "Turn Your Lights Down Low," because, you know, Christ is the light of the world. And pull your window curtains. They want to block out, you know, as it's written in 1 Corinthians 13:12, that behold, you know, we see him through the glass darkly. So that's why he said, close your window curtains and turn the lights down low and let Jah moonlight come into our life again. You know, people would think he's talking about, you know, Yahweh, but he's really talking about, in duality, he's talking about Lucifer, the moon god Yah. You see what I'm saying? I had a video breakdown on Bob Marley. I'll put it in the comment section below. But that's what he's talking about in duality, the worship, the Masons, that they worship the false Yah, the moon god Yah. That's why Islam have the moon on his flag. And you already know how everything come together, because, you know, the internet lines run through the ocean floor. So, you know, this is very serious, because it goes to the ocean floor, the internet line. So in Hebrews 12:1, wherefore saying we also compass about with so great a cloud of witnesses. So we're the cloud of witnesses. And where it says, behold, he comes with clouds. We're the cloud of witnesses, which I put that false rapture talk. Oh, we're going to go up in the clouds with me. But no, it's talking about us, you know, going through the plains in the Exodus. That's why in Alabama, you know, you got the Tuskegee Airmen dealing with the flight, dealing with the planes, because in 1 Thessalonians 4:17, it speaks about how we join the Lord in the air, you know, in the plains, in the Exodus. We're the cloud of witnesses that compass around about him. That's why it rains. That's why cloud bring rain, because Christ is the living waters. But anyway, in Ephesians 2:2-3, you know, wherein time past ye walking according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the air, power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So you see how all that goes, how it all goes to that whole theme of that power of the air.